Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Okay, welcome back for the session. So, yeah, I think today, since last day, we better start straight away from the sadhana because we haven't started the sadhana. So, yeah. So today we'll go through the visualization of the front generation, and there's an aspect of self-generation, but not according with the sadhana that dedicated to those who already have initiation. So the self-generation, in other words, becoming Madhatara or becoming oneness with Madhatara, which is based on the sadhana, which is suitable for everyone, even those who don't have initiation. So the visualization, it is extremely powerful. Very much all the so very much actualizations, the resultant actualizations of all the deities' enlightenment, including of the achieving the deities' celestial environment, start from visualization. Whatever pure and extensive visualization that you conduct in the causal stage, in this very stage of training as a beginner, everything will be resultant in actual realizations of all those you visualize. The visualization very much play the direct cause to lead to the, in relation to such as like Thara practice, will lead to achieving yourself in Thara's enlightenment. So more the visualization conducted with more the concentration, more the conviction, and more habitual meditations conducted with consistent practice, wholehearted diligent, the how quick the enlightenment comes in your way very much dependent on the quality of the visualization and the characteristic that or the characteristic as mentioned before, which makes the quality of the visualization. In particularly for tantric practice, like such as Madhatara practice, in one way you can say it is enlightenment solely depend on the visualization. In Tibetan, there's very nice, very straightforward wording saying Sangha Mebedu. So Sangha, secret mantra, actualize or achieve through very much the through visualizations, through the visualization that carries, conviction, faith, habituation, and consistent, diligent and consistent, repeated practice in visualizations. So if you visualize that Tara is definitely exist as your front generation, Tara definitely exists there as an object of your accumulations of merit, as an object of your purification, where you, through relating, the practice of 7 limbs of practice in relation to Tara, relating to the front generation, that reciting Tara's mantra, reciting such as 20 Tara presses, performing Tara pujas, brings about the purifications of all the limitations of ordinariness. And accumulate all the blessings that which will gradually construct to be pure being, pure existent. Then, similar to that, when you do the visualizations of self, or self either becoming Tara or self seeing oneness with Tara, inseparable from Tara. In that visualization, if you place wholehearted conviction of yourself as a Tara, through the process of visualization, you literally become Tara, even before you purify your ordinary aggregates, especially the ordinary physical aggregates. Within this scope, you actually actualize the real you becoming Tara, or real Tara that you just become, so whether that awakening, success to be resultant Tara or not, the result in your enlightenment in Tarahood or not, very much depend on the sustainability of that divine pride. If the divine pride loses, you fall back to the ordinary person. If the divine pride in particularly spontaneously existent, you're fully awakened forever. So enlightenment and ordinary, your Tara, your resultant Tara, the actual resultant Tara enlightenment, and your causal stage of the causal stage of just become Tara, and the base in the causal stage, that ordinary person yourself, who exactly you are, very much exists in your knowing, very much exists in your knowing. If you always know yourself as the resultant Tara, you're always Tara. If you just know for a short period of time, only during that visualization period, you are Tara only during that period. And if you know yourself as the similar old person, then you are the ordinary one. You see? So, one of the reasons for that, it sounds like so easy to become Tara, isn't it? It sounds like. But it's not easy. It sounds like easy. It sounds like easy, but not easy because the ordinary perceptions that which we accumulated through intense, habitual imprint is so strong that it is so difficult to sustain that divine pride, divine recognition. So difficult to sustain, the completeness of that visualization for a sustainable period. You see, but even though we bounce back due to the past, the habitual ordinary mind, but then even you're able to visualize yourself as a Tara, one moment it is still work, and it is still you're able to establish quite quality antidote to the ordinary mind. And by accumulating repeatedly, even how many times we fall back, but repeatedly, continue to meditate, through visualization, eventually, your ordinary perception will be transformed. And there, you naturally will gain this sustainable, fully awakening mind to fully and the whole time in the knowledge of your true identity, which is the Tara. You see, so you're able to do so just simply, the play of the mind, simply exercising of the mind, because there's no inherently or substantially existing Tara out there. And at the same time, equally, there's no inherently or substantially or true existing ordinary person yourself out there. You see, the ordinariness of yourself and the enlightened state of enlightened portions of yourself is simply impartitions of your mind. It's simply projections of your mind. Simply defining these two differences, it totally depends on the quality of your mind, not the quality of the object, because there's no even one single atom from its own side that qualified to be that's Tara, and the other side that qualified to be that's ordinary. You see, it is totally the quality of your mind. You see, so now if you want to become Tara forever, so you have to accumulate the quality within your mind. The mind has to have carrying all those qualities of stable concentration, very sharp wisdom of emptiness, very, very faithful, conviction that build on the faith, build on the basis of the faith, trusting, all those process, which is the visualization, So, so that's very much about it, Then generally, everything, is a creations of our mind, isn't it? Creations of our thoughts. So therefore, the motivation plays so crucial. If you, even in this very samsaric, state, samsaric state of mind, you cultivate like altruistic motivation, and gradually, that altruistic result will be achieved. And if you continue to, stay limited, the limited motivation or limited aspiration in life, just focusing the purpose of life, just to be happy in this life, just to be comfortable with life. And yes, it will deliver certain degrees of comfortableness, certain degree of happy life, but then very limited. You see, so therefore, whether that you're able to be the cause of numberless sentient beings' enlightenment or not, very much start from the motivation that you set from this very ordinary time. Like yesterday, we talked about the brief history of Mother Tara as an ordinary lady called Geshe Zopa, the moonlight of the wisdom, the Geshe Zopa lady, the princess. In front of the Buddha sound of drum, and later in front of the Tathagata Verochana, she expressed the motivations of bodhicitta, and she very much stay focused to live a life, and accordingly with that motivation and within that lifetime, she able to achieve the state of Buddhahood, and where she was, called as a Tara, Dharma, because started with that motivation, you see. Or in another way, she started to visualize herself, remember when we shared the story, that she started to motivate or visualize that, until I able to liberate limitless beings from misery, I will not have a breakfast. I will not have my first meal, which is about breakfast, isn't it? So, and she visualized she will have this ability, and she's going to do it, and she aspired to do it, and she because of that motivation and because of that visualization that she's liberating, so many beings every morning. Later, she literally able to do that, and she was witnessed doing that. She was witnessed by all the clairvoyant beings, the higher beings like the Arya Bodhisattvas and Arahats. You see, so everything starts from there. Everything starts from motivation. Everything starts from visualization. You see, so our ultimate or the resultant state of Tara start from the motivation by following the example of Geshe Zopa. And the visualization that guided here is from the omniscience word, from the Gu, as I mentioned yesterday. There are 25 Tara Tantras. It came from there. Even just Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha, just the mantra, came from the Gu, the Tara Gu, Tara Tantra. You see, so and the mantras are provided. Mantras are emanations of the Tara's enlightened quality. Not just for us to write and stick on the wall. It is for us to recite. So the omniscient Tara, the Dharmakaya state of Tara, manifests into a physical images like statue and pictures, drawings. Very much initially came into appearance in meditation, and then channeling through those serious practitioners, then came out into the world as the picture, that what we see and the statues is for us to visualize. Again, not just print the picture and place on the wall and that's it. It is for us to visualize like that. If we cannot go through exactly like what the text says, just look at the Tara. Just look at and dissolve into her. And just come to a conclusion that she's really there as a front generation. Maybe statues, paintings, she's really there, absolutely there. Not just a material, physical form. Is the actual, the essence of that picture is Dharmakaya. You see? So that's why we do consecration practice, isn't it? Consecration when we buy statues or the pictures, or if you even draw a picture of Tara, then after that, you do consecration. And the main practice of consecration is done through emptiness. It's very much observing through our ordinary mind, through that ritual of the actual essence, which is the Dharmakaya. Ultimately, it is there, but for our ordinary mind, there's a separation. It's not there. So just to make more sensible, then the consecration rituals are performed. And for our ordinary mind, then from there, yes, now this statue is holy. This picture is holy because it's consecrated. But that's a conventional way. But ultimately, Tara's Dharmakaya, or the Dharmakaya aspect of all the Buddhas, including Tara, is all pervasive. Even ourselves becoming Tara, it is a workout for our ordinary mind. Ultimately, Tara is in every single cell, every single atom. There's not even one single atom where there's not existence of the Dharmakaya. Dharmakaya means all pervasive. Dharmakaya is covered in all existence. You see, in Tibetan we call choku. So there's two ways of understanding. In another one way of understanding choku is a wisdom body. The another way of understanding cho means phenomena. And the existence of it is in all phenomena. You see. So yeah. So therefore, in one way, we don't have to feel kind of like first time becoming Tara, first time bringing Tara into your system. No, the Tara is always there. It's just working out with our ordinary mind only. So you don't have to feel alien. You don't have to feel you're the first timer. I'm not familiar. It's just all our ordinary mind is not familiar. But otherwise, it's always there. You see. So you have to feel very comfortable with the visualizations. My point is, you have to feel very, very comfortable. Yeah. Yes. So. You see, even in our ordinary lifetime, even just to give an example, not just what we heard from people, but just even for myself, whatever you visualize, whatever you express, motivation, I feel like everything achieved. Of course, enlightenment is not achieved yet. That is that I better walk slowly because I have too many stuff to take care of it. But according with this small brain and this small body and this kind of, how to say, it's quite a weak, the aggregates that I carry as this ordinary human being, what I can digest on this basis, since young, whatever I wish, even though at initial stage everything looks impossible, but everything came. Just an example, for me to become a monk is almost like impossible in my family environment. For me, impossible. Since age of 4, I remember, I think I already had this talk before than that, but since age of 4 even, I can remember, I really want to become a monk. And I fought so hard, never give up. Even there's, the life is so tough, life is so much obstacle, that until even you had a thought of you're giving up your life. I had that. But you stay focused. Without taking long, by age of 9, I got a chance to become a monk. And I used to visualize, if I become monk, I think I will experience, I don't know exact term called liberation, exact term called Pure Land, but I know that I want to experience like kind of everlasting happiness, that the maximum happiness, the maximum joy. When I first time get chance to become monk, when I enter into monastery, I literally felt that. And throughout the time, let's say at least for 5-6 years, you are staying in one place, in that environment, I really felt I got the maximum happiness, and maximum freedom. And later, when you start to learn Dharma, they describe the characteristic of what called liberation, the characteristic of all the descriptions of Buddha's Pure Land. I had experienced that. What I went through is like the experience, what is explaining that, in my own that young boy's way. But I've been visualizing. Maybe I don't have the correct term called liberation, Pure Land, but whatever you have visualized, it really happened. Even though not the resultant one, as I mentioned before, I didn't manage to maintain my complete settledness, complete focus in that. I already start to enjoy the distractions. I fall back. Then even in monks would, ups and downs like roller coaster. It also went like that. But if I manage to sustain my visualization and my motivation, what I had before, I will continue to enjoy my life that way, in like very, very stable way, you see. Then, after 1-2 years later, I saw in the monastery this young, the monks and young nuns, they debate, like just feel so blissful. So I want to I want to really learn the debate in the highest point. And I hear that some of our senior monks, they are good in debate, and they were sent to Sarah. There's a big monastery where their main study is like philosophy. Then they say, this monk, he's very good in philosophy, so he was sent, our abbot, Lama Nundu or Lama Subrabhuji, they sent to Sarah And now he's coming back for holiday. So when I see even just the robe, I see they're different, they're special. And usually in Sera, those great monks, most of the sanghas, the shanda, the lower robe, they were a bit high, a bit high. And in the regional monasteries, sometimes the shanda were a bit low. That's what I felt. That's how I kind of observed it that way. Then there are two senior monks who went to Sera from Kopan, and I literally see that difference. And I'm just watching it, that shanta, we call this shanta, who's wearing very high. I say, how it would be so blissful if I can manage to wear like that. But I believe that I can only wear if I go to Sera. But it was, again, I had a huge, maybe in one way it's like an obstacle, but in another way maybe my time is not ripened. I was like, every single moment is just like, I'm visualizing that I'm in Sera. And I'm just debating with these thousands of philosophers, and visualizing, but it's not happening, but visualizing. Then I make aspirations, motivations that, sooner or later, I should be going there. And somehow, like a miracle, it happened. They say, oh, it seems like you can do it, because I was working in Lama's kitchen. Because from the first day, I didn't stay with the rest of the monk, so I was asked to live in the living area where we're surrounded by our Lama's room. This front side, Lama Yeshe's room. Then next to it, there was very tiny, small room for Kyabje Lama Suparinpoche. Then after that, there one tiny room for Khenso Rinpoche Lama Lundu. Then that side, there's one room for Lama Koncho. So, and by the time when I went there, they already built. Initially started with a tent. Then after that, they built a small building. And when I reached there, I think quite sooner or later, so in the middle, there's like hollow, they cover with a green kind of like transparent roof, plastic kind of roof. It's very beautiful. So I was asked to sleep at that corner. So my duty is to serve drinks from the kitchen to all the lamas. And Kyabje Lama Suparinpoche, most likely at the end of the year he returned to Kopan, otherwise most of the time he's in the West. And by then Lama Yeshe already passed away. And most of the time is Lama Lundu and Lama Koncho. And but at the same time, serving in the kitchen, I still need to attend all the pujas and all the other monastic responsibilities. Like that time, at least 1-2 hours, all the little monks were scattered in entire monastery to sweep the floor. We don't have a help at that time, and now it's so different. And our pujas that time start quite early, 4:30, 5 o'clock. And our evening prayers will go up minimum up to 10 o'clock. And usually you get chance to, especially if you're around the lamas, you get chance to sleep maybe around 11, 12 o'clock. And morning before you go to puja, you have to get it done, all the water bowl offerings in all the lamas' rooms. So I was assigned to do the water bowl offering in Lama Yeshe's room, and Kyabje Lama Suparinpoche's room, Lama Lundu's room, and Lama Koncho's room. So even though it's a 7 water bowl, but it's quite a lot for that little 11 years old kid, Then right after finish the puja, before you join the rest of the monks to go and sweep around the monastery area, I need to clean all the lamas' room. Even though Lama Yeshe is not there, Lama Suparinpoche is not back yet, the rooms are clean, but still, they say, for your purification, you still have to go and clean it. So still go and sweep around. So then, so anyway, I don't know why I say this, why I come to this story. So anyway,
aspiration.
Yeah. So
Aspiration and visualization. You were
visualization, aspiration. So yeah. So you join the classes. Its main classes is memorization and debate. So Geshe Lama Lundu, he says, you are doing quite well with the debate, and your memorization skill also quite good. So if you go to Sarah, I think would be very successful. And we really want you to be here because you're so obedient and you're doing a lot of all this. But at the same time, we have to let you go. Otherwise, you will be occupy all your time around us here. Then my another master, Geshe Lama Kuncho, he says, no, you cannot go. He just simply say you cannot go. So then I think around 1987, I think Lama Kuncho came to Australia. The first time, he went overseas, he went to Charity Institute. Then after Lama Kuncho left, and Geshe Lama Kuncho says, now you should go. Then I says, without Lama Kuncho's permission, and I also haven't consulted with Lama Rinpoche, so I said, it's a bit hard. He said, if you consult Lama Kuncho, he will say no. So it's the best time now, you should just go, and I will handle him. So then, during the New Year period, Molam Festival, Demalojo Rinpoche, I think many of you know, is one of the Guru of Geshe Lama Rinpoche and one of the great lineage holder. So he used to come and conduct the Molam Festival. And he's a Guru of all of our Lamas. So he was staying in Kopan, in Rinpoche's room. So Lama Lundu says, now I will ask Demalojo Rinpoche and will follow accordingly. He's living Yamendada, so there won't be any mistakes. And once he said, everybody will just follow, and Lama Kuncho will also follow. And Geshe Lama Subramuche will be happy also. So Lama Lundu went to us. I went together, and he did observation and says, you should go as soon as possible, but you will have to return. So he just said that. He didn't really explain, reason. And it happened exactly. So I went, and Lama Lundu get into quite trouble with Lama Kuncho after Lama Kuncho came back. He said, without my permission, how dare you send him, like that kind of thing. And then Lama Kuncho says, you have to come back. So I went, then after 1 year, I returned. So then I stay for 5 years. During that time, you can still give your exam. During exam, you can just go back. You don't have to stay full time, but now you cannot. So then after that, I give up. But then subconsciously, I cannot give up. But the word, I give up. So then after that, I start to, I thought maybe I better become a translator. So that's the way, whatever English that I can use now, due to the kindness of that. So during those, especially the 3 years, so I start to memorize dictionary, English dictionary. So English, Sanskrit, and Tibetan. Not the extensive dictionary. There's one dictionary called Sepak Rinzen. One is, I think it's composed by the current Dalai Lamas, His Holiness Dalai Lama's translator. One is fully dedicated for all the Dharma terms, and another one is just common one. So I memorized the entire 2 volume, but I have no training in grammar, no training in the common rules. So you can very obviously see that when I speak, isn't it? There's no rules. But I can still speak. So then suddenly, then Geshe just said, now you have to go to Sarah. I said, I don't want to go to Sarah. They say, when I say, don't go, you want to go. Now I ask you to go, you don't want to go. But just remember that during this 5 years of period, that you won't understand now, but when you, later, you will understand that you had the most meaningful time in your life. And if you completely only stay in Sarah, you will not have this opportunity. But now you already get whatever need to get it, and now it's time for you to go and fully dedicate. So during those periods, so opportunity to receive all the transmissions, like such as the 100 collections of the Lojong teachings, many initiations. Most of those transmissions are actually not really myself intended. I was like forced to, it was, so now I appreciate, but that time didn't understand, and which truly is not possible. Because even in Sarah, when I went to Sarah, I searched later, is there anybody who holds this lineage? There are a lot of great philosophers, but holding certain transmissions are quite rare, you see. So anyway, so my point is, then I managed to complete my study, which long time before I visualized that. I set motivation, Then there are many other worldly things that you aspire. Just a matter of time, it comes in your way. And so my point is, sorry that I get distracted. The mind is really the power. Mind is really the creator. Whether you call destiny or whether you call whatever that you want to achieve, you want to arrive, when your mindset is in that direction through motivation and through visualization, it really happens. It really happens, So anyway, okay. So again, now I read. Okay, the visualization from the sadhana. Okay. So you see, when you visualize like this, you are not imagining. I differentiate imagination and visualization. Visualization, when you do visualization, it is valid, it is a real thing happening. If you do imagination, not necessarily can be real. It also not necessarily can be valid. And many times, when you just imagine, you imagine something is not real, and that is actually you're cultivating wrong mind, wrong, mistaken mind, which again is ignorant. You see, so yeah. So it says, above the crown of my head, I visualize a lotus and a mundis. So the lotus represent wisdom. Mundis represent method. In other words, lotus represent emptiness. Mundis represent bodhisattva. In the tantric term, the lotus, very much represent clear light. Moon very much clear light, illusory. The clear light body of the clear light, or the wisdom body of the deity, or yourself, or the moon is the illusory body. Or the form body of yourself and or the deity. So when you visualize lotus, very much similar, the look as what the beautiful lotus that we are familiar with, and usually visualize 8 petals that has its own significance. As far as concerned, the size is very much depend on your own comfortableness. But usually, suggest to visualize as extensive as possible, as vast as possible, because that helps to open our heart, open our channels, open our mindset, from narrow-mindedness, from ignorance, etc. So visualize as a huge, as magnificent, as beautiful, and even the colors are so striking, Then the moon is again visualized as a magnificent. Again, the shape is exactly like the moon when you in the full moon. When you look at the moon, there's a very bright light, but it's so cooling, so comfortable, so peaceful, like that. So upon this is the great treasure of compassion, who is Aryatara. You see, so Aryatara is the treasure of compassion. In another way, Aryatara, as I mentioned yesterday, was born from Chenrezig, born from compassion. So carry the same gene, Chenrezig. So it's the main essence is compassion. Who is also mother of all the enlightened beings. Again, we mentioned yesterday, without relying on the Tara, you see, when we talk about Geshe Zopa, it sounds like there's a time frame. But when we say limitless eons before, you can even start from the very beginning, since beings start to get enlightenment. You can go all the way up to that period. You see. So, and all the present Buddhas, even within this present era, such as the great Indian Pandits, 18 Mahasiddhas, such as in Tibetan, great yogics. There's none. There's not even a one that who have not relied on Mother Tara for the actualizations of full enlightenment. Then all the future beings that will enlighten, like such as ourselves, one day will enlighten. Without relying on Mother Tara, we won't succeed. And so because of that, called Mother, the mother of all the enlightened beings. Who is oneness with my kind root guru. So you see, if you already have a guru, spiritually tie the relationship through either through just simply that you aspire to regard someone like His Holiness Dalai Lama, like Kyabje Lama Sobrangpoche, or venerable nun, or venerable monk, or that gentleman, who've been sharing the Dharma, and now you come to a point that he can be my spiritual inspiration, spiritual mentor, spiritual teacher, spiritual guru, to whom that I can see as a guide from this very ordinary time all the way up to achieving enlightenment. If you already have such a relationship, so that guru now you regard oneness with the Tara. And on the basis of that, then if you have received from someone, initiation, or from someone you receive vows, from someone you receive oral transmissions, from someone you receive instructions, spiritual instructions, or just simply the whole reason for your following the Buddha's path is inspired by that figure, and that is your guru. Now you regard that human guru as a oneness with the Tara. If you don't have such any specific so-called mentor, guru, whatever, but then you have read Dharma books, you learn about Buddha's life story and value of Buddha's teachings, and you get so inspired and you start to practice, and Shakyamuni Buddha, to those who already have a guru or don't have a guru, Shakyamuni Buddha is always the root guru. You see, always our root guru. So you visualize whenever you ask to visualize guru, you visualize Shakyamuni Buddha, and that is oneness with Tara. Or Lama Tsongkhapa, that is your root guru, oneness with Tara. Or Guru Rinpoche, Guru Brahma Sambhava, this oneness with the Tara. So like that. So then you can have many root gurus, many root gurus. So how you define, first of all, root guru to someone who has many gurus. The guru, from whom there are few ways to define, from whom you receive all the three vows, vows of Tantra, tantric vows, Bodhisattva vows, and individual liberation vows, such as like refuge or the monastic vows. You regard that person as your guru, or someone who have transmitted the transmission of the Buddha's teaching through commentary lineage, through oral transmission lineage, through reciting precepts, precept lineage, receiving the vows. Then in instruction, initiation, you can regard such guru as your guru. Then another one is who inspire you the most among many guru, or even from the true guru, that who, whenever you want to practice, whenever you want to generate compassion, whenever you want to do retreat, the actions of the body, speech, and mind of that particular guru inspire you the most. That is your guru. Then the final one is the kindest. Among the guru who have shown the kindest gesture towards you, Chödang Sangsing, your kindness in Dharma, also kindness in the conventional material blessings, gifts, like such as who really pointing out your true potential, who always even how depressed you are, how low you think, I say, no, you have the whole potential to become Buddha. I mean, you're good, always uplifting you. See, then because we are ordinary, isn't it? We are ordinary. So some little gifts from the guru, it's very very uplifting. I look at, if you go to see his solace, I mean, even just a blessing string, it's like wow. It's like you're almost. What you call it? It can become that string as your spiritual lifeline. What you call bloodline or lifeline? Okay. Then those of the sanghas, when you go to take ordination, he will always give this small Buddha statue. It's like that's everything for you, for you to preserve your vows, really, try to accumulate all the qualities that your guru have, and your aspiration to become just like the guru, just that, you see. And especially if you have encountered in-person audience with Geshe Zopa, one of the most generous. He will never let any student go empty-handed. There's abundance of material. Sometimes it's shocking. Sometimes you will be shocked. Even the material value that you receive, shocking. Great in its amount, and the magnificence of the gift. From the Guru side, whatever is on the table, that will come to you. And it can be diamond, it can be just a rock. It's for him it's the same, but just you get everything. My late master used to do that. If the earlier person come to see him, maybe must have put just an example, like sometimes people put money, let's say 100,000, a long time ago it's a lot. Next person come, that 100,000 is hand over to the next person. The next person maybe put one, small flower pluck from his own garden, in Lama's garden, pluck. He said, this is my offering to you. So the third person come, because in his table only that flower, so he will get that flower. So then the last one, the next morning, whoever come, he will get it. You see, so everything give. You see, yeah. So you will find, especially the Tibetan masters, they are they express quite very generous. Even basically whatever they have, they will share with their students. If they don't have, that's it. So even in the Dharma teaching, they say, first you satisfy, your followers with even the material gifts and praises, acknowledging, their good potentials, and gesture of respect, being very generous. And you can see that if you go to see His Holiness will never kind of like, I'm like a god and you're like, he never do that. He really sees like Buddha in you. He will put up like that. Even by the cherished, compassionate Buddha himself, he will put like that. And you have experience. You see, we hardly many beginners, first time, especially coming from the West, when you go to see Dalai Lama, you will go like that, isn't it? But His Holiness, the moment he see you, he will do like this. And he will do like that. This is prostration, before you even offer prostration to him, he already offered prostration to you. Unbelievable. And another example, like Lama Soparinpoche, when you go to see him, he almost like bowing to you like this, Maybe you are sitting down there, he will just, it's so much, even physical gesture, there's so much respect. You see? So these are and then who is so generous with their spiritual advice, spiritual teachings, sometimes, you see, if not careful, you may find, like the shop, whatever amount of money you pay, you get the product, isn't it? So sometimes even in the Dharma lectures, Dharma teachings, you only get that much. You don't get the whole idea because you pay for that much. Danger, you see. And you will see from Geshe Zopa when he teach. If you attend one session, you very much will get entire 84,000 teaching in that one session. You get sutra and tantra from the preliminary to the most extended teaching. That's called generosity in Dharma. You see, you get everything. You see, you will get a hard time to catch up. Maybe the student just have 1 hour to listen. He will spend 24 hours. Even at the very last when last stage before he passed away, the day before he passed away, I was with Rinpoche. And he was going tour around one monastery. Then people who carrying him, before when we rest, he teach. And before entering into the Gomba, the carriage was rest outside. Just want to, because we want him to come out because we need to enter from one door, which the carriage cannot enter, isn't it? And the moment the carriage put down on the ground, he start teaching on three principal aspects of the path. Entire Lamrim. But there are only few people there, but then later, of course, because Rinpoche is not coming in, everybody get out and everybody listen to the teaching. You see. So, if you go to see Rinpoche, you see, best is you go to see Rinpoche after do a long PP. Otherwise, he won't let you go. He would keep you until 84,000 teaching is poured onto you. It's like as such a generous, unbelievable. You see, and everything he does there's a teaching. It's just walking in the garden. There's profound teaching of altruism. The teaching will come from his speech. The teaching will illustrate through his physical actions. The examples. You see, there's no pretentious at all. Everything is completely wholeness of the Dharma. That much generosity. Doesn't matter whether you are alone one or there are thousand people listening to you. It's a complete, pouring of the Dharma. You see, and tirelessly, entire his life. You see, non-stop. You see, tirelessly. You see, sometimes people give Dharma teaching once a month. Once a year, for one retreat, which is a non-stop. It's a non-stop. You see. So the kindness and the generosity of the Dharma. So, that's also one of the way how you define that someone as your guru, from that point of view. So like that. Who is oneness with my kind root guru? But then here one thing, when you visualize that one root guru, but then you also need to remember that guru is embodiment of all the other gurus, all the other teachers. When you do this meditation, if you have more than one guru, you have to remember seeing oneness. Okay, now asking me to stop. Okay. So my guru is seated in the full lotus position with a transparent bubble of rainbow color light. It's pink in complexion and wears saffron robes and pandita hat. So you can look at Lama Tsongkhapa's picture. Okay, Lama Tsongkhapa picture. So look exactly like that. Wearing a saffron robe is like a Dharma robe. And wearing this one hat. So basically, just if you didn't manage to see picture of Lama Tsongkhapa, then wearing a yellow hat. This is called the Pandita's hat. And saffron robe is referring to this color, not the red one, this yellow color. So there's a lot of cuttings. So it represents the precepts. His right hand is at his heart in the gesture of teaching the Dharma, and holding a vajra and a stem of white lotus blooms beside his right ear. So like this. So this is the mudra, right at the heart, holding vajra and thumb and finger like this. This is the teaching of Dharma mudra. Then his left hand rests on his hips. It holds the bell and the stem of another white lotus that blooms beside his left ear. So right here. So hold the bell like this, place here. Then there's a lotus stem, like this. So now, you see, you have visualized the Tara, isn't it? So you can visualize on top of your head, or you can visualize in front. Even you visualize in front, later still, absorb and enter into you. So doesn't matter. So if you are visualizing in front, facing towards you. If visualizing on your crown, facing outward. Similar like you, okay? Now, and that Tara, now oneness with your Guru, isn't it? Now, in the central, that the Guru who is Tara, at my Guru's heart. So the Tara who is the Guru, oneness with the Guru. Now in that Guru's, so very much meaning now you are visualizing Tara in the aspect of your Guru's look. Okay, in the Guru's look. Now at the center of his heart is Arya Tara. Again, now visualize another Tara. Arya Tara in the female spec, and she is green in color, seated in the dancing posture with a rainbow bubble. So dancing posture is the exact sitting posture is the dancing posture. And very much in the light form, not kind of tangible physical form. Her left leg is bent up. The dancing form is like her left leg is bent up and her right leg is outstretched. Her left hand is at her heart in the mudra symbolizing the triple gem and holding the stems of the blue upali flower. So this is the mudra, like this. The ring finger and thumb put together, and the three other fingers are standing up like this, and holding a upala flower. The flower which, the three fingers symbolize triple gem, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Then her right hand extended over her right knee is in the mudra of granting sublime realization. So now this one is finger and the first finger, thumb and the first finger like this, and holding a flower stem and resting on your knee, left knee. That is granting the mudra of granting sublime realization.
Geshela, sorry to interrupt. It says the other way around.
What is that?
Well, it says her right hand extended.
Oh, okay, then I'm wrong. So you do the opposite way. Whatever I said.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry. So like this? Like that?
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Then she is beautifully adorned with the jewel ornament and scarf, and at her three places bear the syllable Om Ahom. So you visualize as beautiful. First of all, her look is as beautiful. There's no more beautiful than that in the whole universe. And then you adorn as whatever you believe to be most precious jewels. Adorn. You see. Then all the precious garments. Adorn. Then her forehead right here, and the throat right here, and the heart right here, placed by the three syllable Om Ahom. The Om is in the color white, Ah is the color red, Hom is in the color blue. And if you don't remember the letter, just remember the color, that energy there, and that you regard Om Ahom. Her heart is the lotus and the moon seed at her heart. Now in the heart of the Tara again, there's a moon seed, lotus and a moon seed on which stand the radiant green syllable Tam. So there's a letter Tam which is in a green color. Again, if you know the letter in Sanskrit, well done. If you know in Tibetan, good. Then English, good. If not, just there's a green color, and that called tham. So that is the Tara's Dharmakaya, the nature of the mind, which is also your nature of the mind. Rays of green light radiate in all directions from the thumb and involve all the enlightened beings of the 10 directions. So from that thumb, be generous of emanating infinite, spontaneously shoot, like during New Year from the Sydney, the bridge, the light like that, shoot everywhere in 10 direction. Then invoke all the enlightened beings of the 10 direction. So invoke enlightened beings of the 10 directions, some in the form of statue, some in the form of the implement like text, some in the form of those other implements like Manjushri, like sword, Japani like Vajra, Cheresik like the wish-fulfilling jewel, or like the rosary, the mala, the crystal mala. So different deity has all the different stuff. So whatever you remember, the enlightened beings, come in that form. Then there are also not just one, two, like a snowflake form, like heavy snowflake form. So the Buddhas from 10 direction, like such like Manjushri, some come in the tiny form, some come in a Mount Meru kind of like a form like that. Then observe enlightened being of the 10 direction. They are all observed into the Aryatara and become one. So everything observed into the Aryatara at the central heart, at the heart of the Guru, and become Tara, which carry the enlightened qualities of all the 3 times and the 10 directions Buddhas and the deities. Okay, we stop here, go for tea, and we come back. Thank you.
Welcome and welcome back
To the session. Yeah. So the visualization. First visualize Tara, then the second step. You visualize very much like how the water bubble comes out from the water and dissolve back into the water. How the bubble dissolves back into the water. So very much something like that. Here you see, first you visualize the Tara, then that you see oneness with the Guru, then that Tara become Guru. That Tara come in the aspect of the Guru. Then your focus is the Guru. Then from that Guru, the third step is Tara developed from the heart. Then in the center of so once you actualize the Tara, then the activities, there are few activities. The first activities is to, through emanating lights to the 10 directions, then draw all the other Buddhas, by starting from the rest of the other Taras, like 20, altogether 21, isn't it? Then the rest of the 20 Taras. Each of the Taras has their own special karmic connection with the different sentient beings, according to the different needs of the sentient beings, different mental disposition of the sentient being. Similarly, the numberless Buddhas has a special connection with the different beings. So, yes, even though the Tara herself is enlightened being, but then drawing all the different skillful means, which is all the different Buddhas, into her, so she becomes even more effective in her activities, benefiting sentient beings. Then from there, you engage into the actual performance of the Tara's activities benefiting sentient beings. Very much start from yourself. You as a trainee, first you need to bring about purification, then this practice of purifications happens in relation to driving lights and the nectar, which carry all the skillful means according to different karmic accumulation that we done from beginning as lifetime in different situations, in different time, in different circumstances, and each one of them require specific antidotes, to purify effectively. Then after that, very much now when after you purified and you very much become sameness as a Tara. You see, the whole purpose of eradicating all the limitations in you is you fully awaken the whole of your true nature, which is the Tara. Then that Tara, the whole purpose of becoming Tara is again do the same job what Tara been doing. Again, you also have a special karmic connection with the different beings which may not have a connection with Tara before. The causal stage of the Tara. That you bring, the resultant stage of the causal stage of the Tara that you have just visualized as a front generation, or you as a Tara, whatever. But then this present continuum who just become Tara have a special karmic connection, like your family. Your current family you have more connection than with the rest of the 21 Tara before. The rest of the other Buddhas. That's very obvious, isn't it? So then, and especially the aggregate that you carry, that is the closest to this present person who is yourself. Now, through the tools of, the yoga, which is through becoming the become Tara, or through the yoga of exercising the energy of the Tara, the mantra, and through the exercises of visualizations, then you bring about purifications of these ordinary aggregates, your own ordinary aggregates. Then, because in reality, you have not become the resultant Tara yet. And that's very obvious. You still have these conceptual obstacles. You still carry conceptual mind. So therefore, you accept the both truth in that very present moment. The relative truth of still as ordinary, and the ultimate truth of your true being, which is the Tara. And now this relative truth, bring about the false into the relative truth by purifying it, because the relative truth is very much creations of the relative mind, and actualize only one ultimate truth, which is the Dharmakaya truth within you, by accumulating all the resources, which is the merit. How? By benefiting sentient beings. That's the easiest way to accumulate merit, the greatest way to accumulate merit. So then now just become Tara, you, or the Tara that which you visualize now in the center of your heart, which ultimately oneness with you, but still the shell is very much core, is still very much ordinary. And through the tools of emptiness, visualization, you emanate light, like just before how Tara emanated light. Now from your side, you emanate light towards 10 directions. Now not to the Buddhas, now to the sentient being. And purify them. Like how, Tara purifying you. A similar visualization, you purify them, abide them in the state of the, enlightenment, you see. So, then, through the faith in the Tara's ability, you have that belief, conviction that all those beings you have just abided into happiness is really happened. And stronger the belief, stronger the faith in that, that helps to purify more sweetly of your limitations, of conceptual obscurations, delusional obscurations, karmic consequences which we are already experiencing samsara aggregates, then including the obstacle to omniscient, the potential of all the obscuration to understand fully the ultimate nature of the entirety of existence, which is obstacle to Dharmakaya, the result of Dharmakaya, So, so now, you see, the way to purify and accumulate merit in relation to you is, in relation to you and the Tara you have visualized, or the Guru you have visualized, whose oneness with Tara, is through 7-limb practice. Before that is there's a section that which purify through driving nectar in the light. Another aspect is through the 7-limb practice. Within 7-limb, the two practice. So from the 7-limb practice, one practice is dedicated specifically for purification. Then rest of the 6 practices is tools to accumulate merit in relation to, between you and Tara, and through your engagement in the practice of these 7-limb. So the first one is purpose of accumulation of merit, Chopaman, the offering. And the second one is prostration, which is prostration in relation to, just physical prostration, mental prostration, verbal prostration. Physical prostration is, you physically do the bowing down. Verbal prostration is reciting the praises, like 21 Tara praises, or say, I prostrate to Tara, I prostrate to green Tara, I prostrate to yellow Tara, etc. Then mental prostration is reflecting on the qualities of the Tara. You see, and purification also can integrate in the meditation on the 4 opponent powers. The first power reliance, is the Tara. Then, in the presence of the witness of the Tara, and by revealing of her blessing to you, now you have a wisdom to understand what is wrong, what is right. What sort of thing that you have done are wrong, which is called negativities, to be purified, which is the second opponent power, also called as a regret. But this particular word within the 4 opponent power, regret, has to be understood correctly. The regret is not talking about, the negative form of regretting and your heart sinking, depressed about the experience or the actions you have done. Here simply the regret is acknowledging a mistake as a mistake, having understanding the false as a false, transgression as transgression, and you wholeheartedly that wishing to purify them, like it's very much like you understood that you just drank the poison, and without delay that you want to vomit it out, not to get harm. You see, so that kind of knowledge is the second opponent power. Then the third opponent power antidote is visualization of Tara itself become antidote. Recitation of Tara mantra is antidote. Doing all those different exercises like purification, benefiting sentient being, all these are the antidote. Whichever form you do, it's become antidote, the third opponent power. The fourth opponent power is, from now on, I regard Tara as my guru, and I follow strictly, her guidance, which is always abstaining from committing, negative karma, like such of those who you already know, you committed before, you regret, you purified. Now you understood those shouldn't be committed, like power of reframing, committing new karmas. So then you can also integrate, since you already, the Tara that you visualize already observe all the 10 generation Buddha's energy into that same Tara, means Vajrasattva also now part of the Tara's own quality. And Vajrasattva is the numberless Buddha's form of purification, manifested into a deity. So you can also integrate, Vajrasattva practice, especially if you have initiation. If not, doesn't matter, recite 100-syllable mantra or the short mantra Om Benza Sato Hung, at least like maybe 21 times a day, if possible. Because based on the sadhana, the benefit of reciting 21 times of Vajrasattva mantra, most of the negative karma committed will purify. Even those karma cannot purify, at least it will full stop increasing it. Increasing it is potential, it is power, like that. So you can from the 7 limb practice, so the purification practice, you can do all this. Then you can also integrate 35 Buddhas, from 10 generation Buddha already observed. Now 35 Buddha also its qualities of the Mother Tara. So since here you want to do extensive purification, now you integrate 35 Buddhas, prayers, recitation, 35 prostration through 35 Buddhas. Like Lama Tsongkhapa, he chose, when he did purification practice, he chose 35 Buddhas, prostration to purify his limitations, you see. Then the rest of the other preliminary practice, preparatory practice are accumulations of merit. So third one is so third one is rejoicing. So then after that is requesting to remain among us, not to depart into parinirvana, not to depart into their own celestial realm, rather be among sentient beings to continue to benefit us. You see, and that in relation to, especially in relation to apply this practice to living guru, and it regarded one of a very powerful method to restore your life force, to clear obstacle in relation to your health or life obstacles. It's very much like life hooking. If there's any life force is lost because of shock, because of sickness, because of accident, because of stolen by spirits, then when you practice this way, it restores them, and then prolong the life like that. Then there you can also integrate, like such as 3 long life deity practice. There's a lot of long life deity sadhanas are there in relation to Anintayu, in relation to Namgyalma, in relation to White Tara, and all these are now qualities of Tara. So if you believe, if you think that something is not going right in relation to your health, that means already occurring obstacle to your life. So now you practice Tara, but you practice Tara in White Tara. You practice Tara in Namgyalma. You practice Tara in Amitai, like that, So then after that is requesting to turn the wheel of Dharma, the limbs of requesting to turn the wheel of Dharma, which, the Buddhas always like show signs or display inspirational kind of events for you to stay focused on the practices, which is training wheel of Dharma, and especially in relation to living gurus, is always expound Dharma teaching. Always have meritorious resources to always listen to Dharma. Always the Dharma teachings available. So then, so that way, your heart, the immediate impact is your heart always remember Dharma. Then externally, you always encounter Dharma events, especially in relation to your spiritual teacher, that you can receive a lot of teachings. Then the last one is rejoicing. Dedication. Then you dedicate all the meritorious accumulations through all the practice you have done in the earlier 6 parameters for the well-being of numberless sentient beings. Then after that, the guru dissolve into, guru from where the Tara visualize into guru that dissolve into dissolve into a Tara. The Tara dissolve into a like green kind of light or rainbow light. Then that enter or dissolve from your crown and emerge with your true potential, which is the Tara potential, that you also carry that innate Tara, which is innate yourself. If you want to know from the visualization, then there's either a green color light energy or syllable thumb. Also on the lotus mundis and syllable thumb in your heart, which is your consciousness, your Dharmakaya. Then the Dharmakaya or the consciousness of the Tara dissolve into that and become oneness. Become oneness. And from that Dharmakaya, from that emptiness of dualistic, like Tara is out there, ordinary person is here, overcoming that dualism, from that emptiness, then miraculously, the entirety of yourself become Tara. All these limbs, all these organs, it is not ordinary. It's a Tara's elements, enlightened elements. You see. Then how Tara relate to the world, relate to the sentient being, through lights, rays, and the nectars and different manifestations. Now you carry that ability, and this now you hold that divine identity, Tara yourself, and now you go to job. The emanation of Tara going to job and going to benefit all your working environment. You see, so by holding the divine pride, quite sure that you will never mess up at your working place. You will be very, very compassionate, you'll be very, very forgiving, very tolerant, very kind, and you are like naturally shining with so much positivities. Even to the demons, even to the nasty boss or nasty colleague, whatever it may be, they also start to amaze, and gradually, they may subdue. And sometimes, because the energy is too strong, they may get a bit more worse. So you kind of have to understand this. Oh, I become Tara, everything should be all right. You cannot expect that also, because the energy clashes, isn't it? Like electricity, boom, like that. So sometimes people can behave quite worse way, but then now you know the energy is actually affecting them. And as long as you are patient, as long as your coolness and compassion is steady, and surely your nasty boss going to be your heart disciple. Your nasty colleague going to be your heart attendant. Who knows? That applies similar to your family. You see. So this is something that from this retreat, you have to bring back home. Carry that identity, new identity. You have to bring back home. Until you can give them quite a good auspicious shock. If you used to be a bit kind of impatient, like they say, well, you become so patient. How come? If you are not so polite, suddenly you become so polite. You see, if you never want to talk to that person, but now you are quite kind of like finding ways to have conversation like that. You see, so the training has to start right here, and right next moment have to carry on like that. So yes. Then the way to sustain this practice is just to assign introspection as a CCTV to our behavior, to our mind. Especially to look after the CCTV is watching over the mindfulness, where the mindfulness is always stay intact, to making sure that you're always holding that divine pride, always behaving, in your very best, like how Tara would behave. You see, and we will fail many times. We will fail again and again. It's okay, but with the help of introspection, do remember to bring back yourself to the same track. You see, so not to get surprised, not to get offended or discouraged whenever you fail. Okay, you should be offended that you completely give up. That's the time you should be offended. But failing is not to be offended. Rather you gain even more compassion to yourself. Be even more kinder to yourself, even more gentle to yourself. You see, so that way it will help to keep coming back to the practice. So that's how we progress gradually to enlightenment. You see, and it is so wonderful. Even as one ordinary person, it become a good ordinary person to yourself, to your family, to the society. So like that. Okay, now I read. So after you visualize, up to where we did, then the place remain above my head until I receive enlightenment. Continue to inspire you, continue to bless you. So now at the very initial stage, you're doing this, very initial stage. You see, this initial stage now, Tara and your Guru is your front generation. Not yet become self-generation, front generation. And as I mentioned before, its whole purpose of front generation inviting front generation is for you to purify and accumulate merit. So that you do with refuge in bodhicitta and 7 limb practice, like in the sadhana here. So then first you take refuge to who? Even though here say Buddha Dharma Sangha, who is the Buddha Dharma Sangha? Madhatara is Buddha Dharma Sangha. Madhatara is 3 in 1. All in one actually, you see. So I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merit from giving and other perfection, may I become Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. So you do refuge. The first 2 lines is about refuge. Second 2 lines is generating the bodhicitta motivation. So whole purpose why you're doing the Dharma practice, that's what it says in the second 2 line, Then after that, then now you engage in the practice of purification, accumulation through 7 limb practice. With my body, speech and mind, I devotedly prostrate, as I mentioned before, prostration of body, speech and mind. It would be wonderful if you're physically managed, wonderful to do physical long prostration. If you memorize 21 Tara praises, so you recite 21 Tara praises and you do long prostration. No need to organize like one recitation, one prostration. You just fluently recite and just do as many number of prostration as possible. If not, you do recite the short one, short 21 Tara praises. If not, you recite Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Soha, Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Soha, Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Soha, like that, or you yourself, you yourself record, to be your own speech. You're not listening others' recording, which is also beneficial if you listen to recordings of, the gurus or your gurus. Of course, it's so much blessing. But the best is you record, you recite, you record. Now you play that. Then you listen to the meaning, and physically you do prostration. So it is always more beneficial. The whole 3 body, speech, and mind, involved by your own body, speech, and mind. Then I offer all the offerings, both real and imagined. Real. Even just one petal of flower, one bright light, you see, and you not even need to pluck it. If you have a flower in the garden, you offer that. It's your own one, you see. And then the lights. If you don't have candle lights, don't worry. Anyway, you leave the light in the room. You offer that. And there's the light of the sun, light of the moon. 24 hours you can offer. You see, you have the share with the sun and moon's lights, so it's your own, as like your own you can offer, and especially those lights that you need to pay bill, worth making offering, you see, then you can pay more bill. You're so happy to pay more bill. Or this month, no, I think I did more light offerings. The bill is quite big, So then, water offering, like in Australia, you have so beautiful beaches. You see, it is a collective karma of Australia. It belongs to you also. So no need to stuck with that small water ball. Then it's must offer this much, not like that. Whole ocean you offer. Whole beautiful rivers you offer. Then fruits. There's so many berries in the wild jungles. Wild place. It also belong to you. As you're Australian, it belongs to you. And not only Australian, you're a world citizen. There are so many natural fruits and foods in the wild. You have the share, so you offer them as your offering. Then music, there's so free music. Birds, all these bird sounds and music. Then there's, especially if you live in the city, there's so many noise. So many noise. There's no inherent noise from its own side as a bad, so you make them offering. Instead of get annoyed by the noise, you make offering. Especially neighbor, every Friday, sometimes I come in close, what a Friday evening can be quite a noisy one, boom, 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 boom. But if you make offering, it's so thankful to them. If you're annoyed, you may throw a stone to them. You may get in a fight, isn't it? So it's all up to our heart. So all this is, so you see, when you practice, nothing can bother. Everything become meritorious opportunity. Then perfume offering. You see, there's so many beautiful smells. I think just in here, everybody carry different smells. Instead of you stuck with one smell, I need only this perfume. No, don't worry. Even that nasty body smell also is okay, Omaha. So you don't mind, you see. So like that, basically, whatever comes in your way, if you are part of that karma, you have to share, and you can offer as your own offering. You see. Then imagine offering is all the rest of the other offerings that exist, that are owned by others, like flower in other neighbor's garden. And that neighbor is maybe never practiced Dharma, and maybe an example, maybe happen to be a butcher, or happen to be a, like very, very tough soldier who regarded as a hero and killed many people. Or maybe your neighbor can be a president who ordered to kill so many people. But now you want to help them. No way you can help them say, okay, please listen to the Dharma or recite Dharma mantra. No way. But you help them what they own, the flower. You offer that for all the Buddhas. And that neighbor is the reason of that flower existing. Naturally the person receives the benefit of merits. You see? So that's how you help. You have no limitations helping others. Even people not responding, you can still help them. You see, especially those beings who do a lot of negative karma, you can help them through many ways. You make them as a reason for you to recite even one Om Mani Padme Hum, one mantra Om Tare Tutare Tare Soha. All these mysterious people, you think of them, generate compassion, and recite Om Tare Tutare Tare Soha. You're already helping them because they are the reason for you to practice. You see, then especially those innocent animals, like you see dogs, you see birds, you see snakes, or you see whatever, a cockroach or ants, the moment you see them, you recite mantra. You make them reason for you to at least say one mantra. That's you can help them. You see, when you travel by train or car, you see a lot of cows, like last time I think Wagga Wagga, I went in the car, there's so many cows. So you try to look at each and every one of them, and recite mantra non-stop, you see. So make each and every one of them a reason for you to practice this merit, and now they are themselves practicing merit. So this is the way. So that's why you think of helping, you practice. You think of hungry ghosts, you practice. Animal, you practice. Think of all the humanity, you practice. Now you make each and every one of them for themselves to practice. You see, because even Buddha cannot wash away their karma. Even Buddha cannot transfer the realization on them. That's the natural law. They have to evolve. They have to be liberated by themselves. We can only help them, making them as a reason to cultivate the wisdom. Either teaching them or either we practicing, them being as a reason. So you can help numberless sentient beings right very now. So it's not simply a word, may I be cause of numberless sentient beings, happiness, all the way up to enlightenment, from temporary happiness. This is not just a word, it's really mean it. You're not lying, you're not like just trying to be big mouth. No, it's really, really happening. You're making sure, like in the beginning we motivate like that, bodhicitta motivation. Now entire our time here, you are helping rest of the numberless sentient being without doubt, Can you imagine? Life can be so meaningful. Think of it, unbelievable. So that's why in the teaching emphasize, the moment you generate bodhicitta, even the creation one, right there you become a child of the Buddha, means you become bodhisattva. You don't even need to wait until it becomes spontaneous, as a path. Just even you create reliance on someone's teaching or word and try to just, it's almost like a pretending, but it's like pretend to be bodhisattva in your thought. It is already so powerful. You see, so like that. All sins and offenses amassed from beginningless time, I confess. So whenever you do the confession, even though you're confessing the action that just now, maybe you accidentally step on the end, but always remembering that I am purifying the root cause, which is the ignorance, self-grasping ignorance, self-selection attitude. So that way you're purifying negativities of the past and also of the future. Bring protection to all the future, and also purify the present times. I rejoice in all the virtuous actions of holy and ordinary being. I already said yesterday the power of rejoicing about your merit, others' merits, including Buddha's merits. Then all gurus and Buddhas, please remain until samsara end. Then turn the wheel of Dharma for the sentient being, and all my virtues and those of all the others. So when you dedicate, I dedicate to the great enlightenment. So that's why, you see, in Shanideva's text, like Jambe Bhavachita Khyampada, like that. Like just like the merit that accumulated by like the Bodhisattva Samanabhadra, Bodhisattva Cheresi, Bodhisattva Manjushri, also their merit I dedicate, merit to the past, present, future Buddhas, and very beautifully, Captain Lama Subrahmanyam, recite that in English, even though in the Tibetan there's a verses. Rinpoche make it like so easy for us to follow. So not only dedicate our own merit, we also take opportunity to dedicate others' merit, even Buddha's merit. That way, the merit, even though you committed so small one, after dedication, your merit becomes so powerful because of so many great merit poured together, and now you're dedicating that for the benefit of others, becomes so effective like that. Then after that mandala offering, is one of a very powerful way to accumulate merit. Mandala offering, Lama Tsongkhapa. Of course, there are so many forms of ways to accumulate merit, but like in the stories of Lama Tsongkhapa, he became the crown jewel of the scholars and the yogis of the Tibet. Lama Tsongkhapa came much more later, comparing to the great lineage founding the yogis and the masters and panditas of the past, even in Tibetan Buddhist culture. You see, Lama Tsongkhapa came about 600 years ago. Many of the other lineage holders came, like Guru Pema Sambhava, came around 8 centuries. You see, then in relation to Satya, Nyingma, Kagyu, so Lama Tsongkhapa learned from all the earlier wisdoms, and he come to a point that become the greatest scholar, comparing to all the other scholars who understood the exact unmistaken intent of Shakyamuni Buddha's teaching on emptiness, Nagarjuna's, and the Dharmakirti's teachings on emptiness. And he even composed great treatises of teaching, like such 18 great volumes, including Lamrim Chemo, the great Lamrim. When you look at the wisdom chapter, I mean, there's no profound dharma on wisdom than that. You see, so clear. Even our ordinary mind, so easy to understand, so easy to make sense. Without much of doubt. Without much of learning our own, research. Whatever research Lama Tsongkhapa already done, you just study that. It's like you get the full, the complete, unmistaken teaching on emptiness. But still, he didn't realize the realization. The emptiness didn't become part. He even can interpret unmistaken, even write commentaries, but still didn't realize. It didn't become a part. So then he had consultation with the Manjushri. So then Manjushri said, you need to do purification and you also need to do accumulation. So for the purification, he integrated 35 Buddha's practice, prostration. I think each of the Buddha, I think 1 million, if I remember correctly. Each Buddha 1 million prostration. You see? So now mandala offering. So for the accumulation merit, he did the mandala offering practice. In Wakachari, there's one holy place that he don't have a proper mandala sets, so he used the rock plates. So, his visualizations and his consistent, visualization on purification when he released the offering grains, outwardly, and when he did extensive visualizations, consistent, turning inwardly, his wrist touching on the rock, like this, until entire the nerves, flesh completely went out up to the bone, in that much hardship. So he was doing that. Then, while doing that, one day, whatever he scholarly mastered, now everything become part. Everything become realization. So realization just in knowledge is not good enough. So the realization in meditation has to happen. And that's what happened with him. And that directly supplement for him to gain enlightenment within brief few years of time or within one lifetime, like that. You see? So this is the mandala offering. So mandala offering also a very powerful practice to neutralize our three partial attitude, like excessive attachment, excessive aversion, excessive ignorance, and it is one of very powerful way to bring inner peace, calmness, settledness, So if you feel like bit disturbed, you do mandala offering, you will be settled. Like so powerful, immediately kind of like calm you. You see? So this. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents and sun and the moon, I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land, So you can do the long one, 37 practice, 37 heaps of mandala practice. If you do a slightly shorter one, 24, 22, 25 and 22, So if you do shorter than that, there's a 9 heaps. If you do shorter than that, 7 heaps. If you do shorter than that, even just with 1 heaps, you can do that, So again, there's a text that you can follow and very beautiful practice. Then the second one, the object of my attachment, aversion and ignorance, friend, enemies, and strangers, and my body, wealth, and enjoyment, without any sense of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept this with pleasure and bless me with freedom from the three poisons. So this is to overcome the three partial attitude, as well as also clear the obstacle of enemy and like that. You see. So also I find, not just I find, this is everyone's all the practitioner experience, but even in people like me whose practice is almost no practice. You see, even in the normal life, again to do with my story, like when I went to Sarah, financially it's very, very harsh. You see, it's almost like you have nothing. You see, so for us is we get money when we go to puja, and that time the puja is so rare. People sponsoring puja is so rare, maybe once a month or maybe twice. And that time the sangha offering is like 50 cents. And by then already the 1 liter cup of tea already costs 50 cents also. So whenever I get this 50 cents, so I make mandala offering. I imagine numberless and offer to the gurus, offer to all the Buddhas. And somehow whenever you need money, money is there. It's like grow out of that, But we didn't invest in the bank or whatever, share, whatever. It's there, it's still 50 cents. And suddenly you are not feeling well. Suddenly someone say, I take care of your bill. And then there's one time I need to make a journey to Nepal. It's a time that Geshe Zopa asked me to go back. I have no money. And I need to buy train ticket, isn't it? So someone just came, volunteer to buy train ticket. I would say it's grow from the mandala offering. Then, unfortunately, when I reached Delhi, I missed, the train was delayed. I missed my bus from Delhi to Kathmandu. It's about 12 hours or more than that, like whole night, almost whole day trip. And I was in the Manjuka Tilly, the Tibetan camp, and I reached there like 10, 11, 12 o'clock. All the shops are closed, and during that time it was freezing cold. And there's a bit of drizzling. So I was just waiting outside and completely lost. What can I do? And even that the shop is open, you need money to buy the ticket. I don't think they will give you a free ticket, isn't it? So suddenly there's one young monk. When I look at him, he's more like a kind of naughty monk. Like even the way he walks is like that, like a punk. But then when he approached me, he said, "What are you doing?" He said, maybe I'm crying. I don't know. I said, I tell all this story. So he was so tenderly kind of bring me first is to where he was staying in a very nice hotel. I think first time I'm seeing quite nice hotel. So first thing he fed me food. Then after that he said, "Do you speak Nepalese?" I say, I don't really speak that well, but I say, "Oh yes, I think he's asking something from me." I say, yes. Then he says, "I'm using this, Nolapopa pass, and I need to go to Kathmandu, and I have a flight tomorrow morning, or tomorrow noon, something like that." And he says, "Can you help me to do translation when you reach the immigration, if they give me trouble?" Then I say, "But I'm going by bus, and I also don't even have my bus ticket." He said, "Don't worry, I will buy you a flight ticket." I was with him, and by the time when we reach at airport, before even I get out, he was gone. It's a really manifestation of the mandala offering. He literally disappeared. So is it really a real person or whatever it is? But for my belief is, this is called richness. Even though physically just 5 cents, but you get whatever need, whenever you need, that's called richness, isn't it?
Yes.
You see? But otherwise, there are people who have really, they are maybe millionaire, but then they have so much expenses also. And many millionaires, they have not enough money. Not only mentally, but even physically, you see. So, mandala offering, just an example. And I still practice this. So whenever you have something you offer in mandala, whatever saving or whatever you have, you offer first. And you need to spend. When you spend, you say, spend as a blessing. Blessings of the Guru, blessings of the Buddha. And it becomes quite unexhaustible blessings, because of the practice. So so it's very wonderful to practice. Okay, then I think, again, need to stop soon. Okay, then I quickly read, so maybe not need explanation. Purification. So now purification is like this. Please bless me to purify all obscurations of my body so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra body. White light emanate from the Om at the Aryatara's brow and curves in an arc to enter my brow. My body is purified completely of all obscurations and become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra body. Please bless me to purify all obscurations of my speech so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra speech. Red light emanates from the R at Aryatara's throat and curves in an act to enter my throat. My speech is purified completely of the obscuration and become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra speech. Please bless me to purify all obscurations of my mind so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra mind. Blue light emanates from the home at Aryatara's heart and curves in an act to enter my heart. My mind is purified of all obscurations and become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra mind. Please bless me to purify all delusions and subtle obscurations to omniscience so that my body, speech and mind will become one with Guru Tara's holy body, speech and mind. Now the three colors beams emanate simultaneously from the Om Ah Hum syllable from the Guru, the Aryatara Guru's holy body, speech, mind, curving in an act and entering my three places, completely purify all my delusions and subtle obscurations to omniscience. My body, speech and mind become one in the essence with Guru Tara's holy body, speech and mind, holy speech and holy mind. So why do two sections? Earlier you do one by one, body, speech and mind, and the last one again, you do the another round to purify simultaneously. First, you purify all the gross limitations of body, speech, and mind. The third one, you purify the potential, the subtle, even the stain, you purify. So for that purpose. My root guru dissolved. Then after that, my root guru dissolved into Ayatara, who melt into green light, which follows into me instantly. My wrong conception that I and other phenomena are self-existent, together with my dualistic mind and its view, disappear, becoming completely empty. Not even a trace of them remain. I concentrate one-pointedly in this empty state with the wisdom that is indistinguishably one with the Guru Tara's blissful omniscient mind. Then out of that emptiness, my wisdom manifests instantly as Aryatara's holy body seated upon the lotus and moon cushion. At my heart is another lotus and moon, upon which in the center stands the syllable Tam, surrounded in the clockwise direction by the syllable of the Tara's mantra, Om Tare Tutare Ture Soa. The Tam and the mantra are manifestations of the Guru Tara's holy mind, with which my mind is totally united. Green light radiates from all the letters, spreading in every direction. It purifies the negative karma, gross delusion, and the subtle obscuration to omniscience, of all sentient beings who, then after that, all sentient beings who become Tara. Again, light radiates, bearing meaningful offering to the six transcendental senses of the Buddhas and the sentient being who have become Tara. Okay, now earlier I already said at the beginning when I read before I read, I mentioned, yeah. So one thing I forget to mention is after all sentient become Buddha, Tara, now you make offering to them. So that part I missed out before. So again, the read is bearing meaningful offerings to the six transcendental senses of the Buddhas and sentient beings who have become Tara. The enlightened beings are extremely pleased and shower down the superlative qualities of the Buddha, Tara's holy body, speech and mind, omniscient wisdom, supreme power, infinite compassion, in the form of great shower of light rays. As I recite the mantra, I observe and blessed by this rain. Blessed by this rain. So that by then you have to understand you are inseparable. Again, I already mentioned before. Then you are embodiment of the Tara from now on. So I said about going back to family, the office, all this you relate here now. Then after that, day to day, very much reminder of all the sadhana visualizations through minimum, all the time reciting Tara mantra whenever you can. Even while driving, Tara mantra will remind you. When you are watching TV, you watch TV, but recite Tara mantra. Go to sleep, while reciting Tara mantra. Until you come to a point that the first word, first thinking when you wake up, like you think of Tara. First word come out from your mouth, until you become like that. Then after that, dedication. May I quickly become Guru Ayatara and lead each and every sentient being into her enlightened state because of this merit. May the supreme jewel bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish but increase more and more. Thank you. Okay, so 5 minutes I took more time of yours. So afternoon, I request Margaret to read from the visualization, sadhana onward. Then we reach to the first section. We accumulate the mantra. Maybe about 10 minutes recite maybe loudly together. Then after that maybe about another 10 minutes recite in a word, but then remember yesterday have a you can hear but not too loud, so try to train in that. Then another about 5-10 minutes or few minutes, whatever time left, then do mental recitation, just reading the mantra, as what guided here. Then we conclude. Then we have tea. After tea, then again do the visualization, go all the way to the mantra section, but instead of reciting mantra, recite 21 Tara praises, as according to the time, whatever amount of time that you have. Then after that, I think we have a pee break. I don't know whether there is. Then you maybe recite the short 21 Tara praises. So basically, Margaret, you define your time. You are the boss. So these three things should happen. Don't become like me. No rules. Thank you.